Ladies and gentlemen, the April 2019 commencement ceremony for the School of Management, the College of Health Studies, and the School of Nursing of the University of Michigan-Flint is about to begin. Please turn off all cell phones and pagers and keep them off for the duration of the ceremony. Let the processional music begin. Professor Yenner Candigan, Marshal for today's ceremony. The candidates for doctoral degrees and master's degrees. The candidates for bachelor degrees. the faculty and administration of the University of Michigan-Flint. The Honorable Regent Michael Bean. Chancellor Susan Borrego. If you are able, please rise and join in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. I'm getting shout-outs already. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sue Alcock, and I have the honor of serving as the interim provost and vice chancellor for academic affairs here at the University of Michigan-Flint. On behalf of the Chancellor, the faculty, staff, and administration, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the April 2019 commencement ceremony for the School of Management, the College of Health Sciences, and the School of Nursing. Bear with me for a few introductions. Please join me in recognizing members of the platform party, beginning with the cabinet of the university. Please rise and be recognized. All right. The Council of Deans of the university. Please rise and be recognized. The faculty of the university, please rise and be recognized. The president of student government and the representative of staff council of the university, please rise and be recognized. A special thank you to today's vocalist, Precious Williamson Murray, who led us in a spectacular singing of our national anthem. That was amazing. I would also like to recognize and thank our announcer, Beth Heidenreich. And last but very far from least, a round of applause for our commencement orchestra, the University of Michigan-Flint Wind Symphony. Directed by Professor Christopher Heidenreich. Thank you very much again. Now to give our formal welcoming remarks and to address the class of 2019, please welcome to the podium the Chancellor of the University of Michigan-Flint, Susan Borrego.
Good afternoon. Welcome, and most importantly, congratulations. Today we're here to celebrate your achievement. Over 1,100 new graduates of the University of Michigan-Flint, your family, your friends, and to congratulate you and your families on a job well done. I also want to take a moment to congratulate the parents and grandparents. We did hear a grandma yell out there somewhere. The partners, extended family, and friends that are here with us today. We know we didn't get to the milestones we do in our lives on our own. So graduates, join me for a minute in thanking the people who helped you get here. And Angelisa. I also want to thank the UM-Flint faculty and staff who care deeply about students at the University of Michigan-Flint. You too deserve congratulations for the role you played in our students' success. As we approach this commencement, I wrestle with how to acknowledge the loss around us at the same time we celebrate your achievement. This week, we lost a friend and colleague in Dr. Sarah Lippert, Department of Art and Art History. Please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. There are other losses to acknowledge here today, siblings and friends, the tragedies around the world, too many to mention. And while I'm reluctant to be solemn on a day of celebration, I also do not want to ignore this aspect of the realities we face, the context of our days. This week I was having dinner with my 10-year-old granddaughter, and she was explaining how she didn't want to make new friends because she didn't want to miss them, like she did when she moved from California to Grand Blanc. I explained to her that missing hurts, but missing is a part of loving, and loving is what brings joy. The author, Khalil Gibran, talks about joy and sorrow coming from the same well in our hearts. He says that the deeper that sorrow carves into our hearts, the deeper the well to hold joy. And yes, I know she's 10, and she probably thought, okay, Nana, whatever. Much like you may be thinking now. But I think it's really important to understand that loving can lead to loss, but we also get to choose who we are in this context. And that gives me hope. As a graduate student, a final paper was assigned. What is learning and how does it happen? For weeks, I walked around doing the research on that, tying myself in knots. When I finally turned in my paper, really there was more than this, but what it came down to for me was learning happens in a relationship. And 30 years later, I still believe even more that learning happens in relationship. It's relationship to new ideas, to new people, to new ways of seeing things, to new questions, to new perspectives. And it is in those relationships that we continue to develop hope. Hope for a cure for Alzheimer's, for approaches to solving poverty, creating new art or music, new applications for engineering and business. And each of you are a part of the web of relationships that give me hope. Your promise, your commitments, your perspectives, and your leadership. See, this is the real power of diversity. It's the difference of perspectives, different ways of knowing, different ways of approaching problems and creating solutions. Before you, I didn't know about Diwali, the practice of pausing, to celebrate education over ignorance, hope over fear, and light over darkness. And today, knowing that, and knowing there's a practice that I can center on, really makes my life more rich. I had not celebrated the breaking of fast at an iftar. Nearly 300 of us graduated last year from all different backgrounds to celebrate with our Muslim students, and our knowledge and perspectives expanded. These are just a couple examples of what goes on our campus every day. I've watched you come together, stand together, both grieving and hopeful, committed to making the world a different place. For me, that is the truest expression of an education. I've been in higher ed long enough to know and talked to enough students to know that it's these moments that build hope. It makes no difference if you're an undergrad or grad student, 18 or 40 years old. Hope doesn't require you to be a certain gender, race, nationality, religion, or political affiliation. Changing the world, or your workplace, or changes in your relationship take time. But each day, each step matters to our tomorrows. My hope is that as you reflect on this day, you are confident that your education has increased your capacity to hope and do. Remember, it took action to make your educational hopes a reality. And you did it. You're sitting here today to celebrate that. Together, our hope to make the world a better place and our will to do so matters every single day. As I stand here today, I'm reminded of what a special place the University of Michigan-Flint is. It's been an honor and privilege to work alongside committed faculty, staff, and of course, all of you, our students. It is my great pleasure to welcome you into the ranks of the University of Michigan alumni family. Know that you are now and always will be a part of the UM-Flint family, and you are our legacy. Congratulations to you all, and forever, go blue.
Today, I have the special honor of introducing University of Michigan Regent Michael Beam. Regent Beam is a Flint area native. He is president and owner of the law office of Beam and Beam. He's also the chairperson of Business Forward Michigan and was a co-founder and former president of Level Field Institute. Beyond this valuable work, he is committed to his community through service. Regent Beam serves on the board of trustees of the Flint Institute of Arts. He is a big brother through the Big Brothers Big Sisters to two young men and is a founding member of the Flint Youth Initiative. Please welcome a very great friend to the Flint campus, Regent Michael Beam.
Thank you, Provost Alcock. On behalf of my colleagues on the Board of Regents, I am delighted to welcome each of you here today. Commencement is one of the most gratifying and exhilarating days of our year on campus. Celebrating this significant milestone with you, our accomplished students, and your proud families is an honor. It's also one of the great joys and motivators for those of us fortunate to serve as regents. I would like to take this opportunity now to thank Chancellor Sue Borrego for her outstanding leadership at UM-Flint. Sue, we are grateful for your impact on this campus and throughout Flint. You have inspired us with your relentless determination to make sure our community grows and thrives. Thank you for all that you've done for us. Graduates, we've seen the difference you make in the role you've played in healing and rebuilding our city. We have watched you accomplish great feats as U of M students. Now, we look forward to seeing you excel as teachers, nurses, social workers, physical therapists, entrepreneurs, engineers, and any other career path you may take as you continue your journey to always be the leaders and best. Please remember, you join a huge worldwide network of talented Michigan alumni who are ready to welcome you to the various communities where you will live and work. We encourage you to reach out and stay connected to your Michigan family. And always remember, we are extremely proud of you. We wish you the very best. Congratulations, class of 2019. Good luck, and wherever you go, go blue. Now I'd like to welcome back to the podium Chancellor Borrego.
So today it's my pleasure to introduce to you our keynote speaker, Dr. Sumi Pendekar. She's a nationally recognized scholar practitioner whose work focuses on social justice and racial equity, a woman who speaks with a voice of hope and also action. I've been involved in so many conversations right now that end with, so what do we do? What are we going to do about this? What are we going to do about this thing? And so many times we're regurgitating what's going on and wondering what we're going to do. As we celebrate your achievement today, I hope you're inspired by a message of hope and action. Dr. Sumi Pendekar is the Chief Learning Office and Director of the USC Equity Institutes within the Race and Equity Center at the University of Southern California. She received her Bachelor of Arts in History and Women's Studies from Northwestern University, her Master of Arts in Higher Education Administration from the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, and her doctorate in Higher Ed Leadership from USC's Rosier School of Education. I know Dr. Pendekar has a powerful and graceful presence, a woman who creates space, who makes room for different voices to be heard, and brings truth with her pivot foot in inclusion. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Sumi Pendekar to the podium.
For having me. I want to offer my deepest thanks to Chancellor Sue Borrego for inviting me to mark this momentous day with you. When Chancellor Borrego called me up to ask me to be your commencement keynote speaker, I said, "Don't you want someone famous, Sue?" And she said, "No, we want you." And I said, "All right then." And I will be there, and I am here and excited. Thank you also to Sue for her tremendous leadership that so many of us in our field across the nation admire and look up to. You mean the world to us. So let's jump in. My own undergraduate commencement is now a little bit of a haze, having taken place a little over 20 years ago. But it came after quite an adventure. I started off college as a pre-med, like the good Indian American that I am. However, I realized after the first week that I had no idea what was happening in my calculus and organic chemistry classes, like zero comprehension. There go my pre-med plans up into smoke, and my future felt very, very uncertain to me. Those of you who've sort of planned and plotted about what you're going to be, who you're going to be, and if those plans go askew or awry, it can be jarring. But as Parker Palmer writes, each time a door closes, the rest of the world opens up. I found my fields of study, history, women's studies, and Spanish. I joined the struggle to establish Asian American studies at my alma mater and became a student activist and organizer. I worked, I built relationships, and I experienced joy and heartbreak, and plenty of failed romance. And then came graduation. I graduated with no idea what I was going to do for a career. Again, nothing. So I was a labor union organizer for a bit, and then I moved to New York City on a Greyhound bus with 2 suitcases and a box to move in with my best friend to work at absolutely terrible jobs that I hated. I'm not going to recommend this course of action for any of you. And this was all while living in an apartment building that smelled like cat urine, in which the landlady wouldn't turn on the heat in the winter. It was pretty much the opposite of every sitcom featuring cute people who live in New York City. Now, it took me a while to find my true calling and my path in higher education, but now, looking back, I wouldn't give up that stomach-churning, nail-biting feeling of what the heck am I doing in my life for anything. It's those very specific experiences with all the struggling, failure, and copious amounts of tears that prepared me for a VUCA world. VUCA. It's a term that means volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. And as you think about the rapidly changing world around us, doesn't that term apply? University of Michigan-Flint graduates, that's what your education and your own lived experiences have prepared you for. As a Michigan grad, you gained analytical skills to examine the world around you. You honed the tools to be engaged citizen, as your mission exhorts you to do. But you were not in any way a blank slate, a tabula rasa. So many of you are first gen, or working class, or veterans, or immigrants and refugees, or people of color, or all of the above. I myself am a woman of color, the daughter of immigrants. You've navigated countless obstacles, cleared hurdles that systemic oppression placed in your path, and stared down the naysayers in your lives. You might have experienced, as I did, what it is like to fall, but you, like I did, picked yourself up, dusted yourself off, checked in with your support squad, and kept going. You demonstrated resilience of a very specific type and will continue to do so. University of Michigan-Flint didn't write upon your blank slate. Your time here built upon and enhanced your existing gifts, talents, and assets, everything that the increasingly VUCA world needs now and tomorrow, and that you will need to survive, persist, and thrive in a complex age. Now, getting on that Greyhound bus that I mentioned was certainly not my first or my last leap into the unknown. I'd met the love of my life in New York City. He was an actor. My mom was really thrilled about that. We did the long-distance romance thing while I pursued my master's degree in higher education administration at the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, and upon graduating, we made the choice to head to the West Coast. I believed in my partner's dreams, and I told him that anywhere there was a college or university, I could get a job. So armed with this shiny, bright master's degree, no job in hand, a U-Haul, and whatever leftover furniture our parents gave us, Sunil and I took the leap and drove from Illinois to Los Angeles to move to West Hollywood. Not because of the Hollywood glamour, but for rent control. Keyword, rent control. It's a beautiful word. Well, guess what? It turns out the winter we moved there, California recalled its governor, and almost every college and university endured budget cuts and hiring freezes. What did that mean for me? It meant I couldn't get a job in higher education to save my life. I did a whole lot of informational interviews, which is code for, if there's ever an opening here, I hope you'll remember me and please hire me, thank you. We ate a whole lot of ramen and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I was very grateful for the awesome twin futon mattress my dad bought me before I started graduate school, because that was our bed. We were slimmer then. I found another terrible job because I had to. However, and I love this, Miles Davis said, "Do not fear mistakes. There are none." And in my case, that was and is true. I worked at that terrible job, gaining skills and a paycheck, biding my time for the opportunity that spoke to me. And when it did, it all flowed from there. I got that job I wanted. I pursued my doctorate eventually, became a scholar practitioner. I built community, I grew in my career, and I lived in the sunshine with my sweetheart. Yes, I took risks, but those risks translated to endless rewards: education, love, a career in which my politics and passion meet, and the satisfaction of knowing that we did this in the face of many trials, including economic difficulties, health battles, and family struggles. See, grads, and you know this already, life will bring you unending challenges. Just when you think you have it all figured out and that you have a plan, you get knocked upside the head. But taking risks, both strategic and calculated risks and shot-in-the-dark risks, risk can bring untold reward. University of Michigan-Flint graduates, you're not just path takers, you are path makers. So many of you are the first in your family to go to college or graduate school. So many of you have discovered or built upon passions that will guide you for the rest of your lives. You're laying the groundwork for not just yourselves, but all those who come after you to follow your path of risk, exploration, discovery, growth, and reward. So don't live in fear of mistakes. Take risks and make that path ever wider for more to walk alongside you. I say that last sentence very deliberately. Make that path wider for more to walk alongside you. Why? Because we live in a time of increasing isolation with seemingly insurmountable rollbacks to civil and human rights across the board. White supremacy, hate, and violence are on the rise, building on the scarred foundation of this nation. The multi-decade national and local divestment from the public good of our schools, our health, our environment, our voting rights, and more offers a bleak landscape. Here in Flint, you're marking 5 years of the water crisis, brought about by the twin demons of corporate greed and failed austerity policies. I, like many of you, am filled with rage and sorrow. I want to take a moment to pay my respects to everyone in Flint who has borne the brunt of horrific negligence and malfeasance. But Flint, over the last 40 years, has never given up. Flint continues to rise from the ashes over and over again, driven forward by community members and organizers and youth and elderly and philanthropists to clamor for justice and imagine something better. A little over 20 years after graduating from college, my work now is about transformation and justice in my sphere of influence. As you can imagine, I think a lot about systemic inequity. But I don't just think about it from the perspective of an educator. Now I'm a mom. I'm the mother of a 6-year-old son, Shashi, and a 5-month-old baby girl, Shama. And having children has expanded my vision of what it means to make that path ever wider, because I listen to the limitless compassion and imagination of my son. When we drive by a homeless person, for example, and Shashi asks me, "Mommy, why doesn't everybody have a home?" He asks me that as a child does, because his limitless compassion and imagination tell him that the world should not be this way. He tells me it's not fair. Everybody should have a place to live. And he's right. When do we lose the natural compassion we have as children? When do we start turning our faces away from those in need? For me, the only remedy for the seemingly inevitable onslaught of cynicism and pessimism is imagination. Imagination, bold, limitless, not bound by the status quo or that's the way we've always done it type of thinking, is the key. As a mom, I have to fight to let my child exist in that place of innocent wonder, fully knowing that it's a privilege for me to even try to hold on to that for him. But when my son asks these questions, he reminds me that if we can't imagine it, if we can't even imagine it, we certainly can't build it. We can't build the future we want, the community we want, the country we want, or the world that we want. So I get up every day to imagine and to work towards building a better world. And that's the second part of the key, pairing imagination with purposeful action. I mentioned earlier my sphere of influence. Why? Because it's my way of not getting overwhelmed by the daunting scope of our local and global problems. When we examine the interlocking web of problems facing us as a society, it can be easy to simply say, I don't have enough power to change anything. But that's exactly what the forces of injustice want you to do. Injustice wants you to sit down, be silent, be cowed. Injustice wants you to think that the problem is so big and so tangled that your individual effort and contribution simply don't matter. That if you can't tackle it all, you shouldn't even try. And this is where I shout no. I will try. I will do what I can in my corner of the world. I will work to unravel the web of injustice in every way I can. And one small note, don't let social media be the only place you're speaking truth to power. It should be a place, not the only place, to be clear. Find a way to operationalize your imagination and your action in your everyday life, at home, and at work. What do I mean by that? Let me just throw out a couple quick examples. Planning on becoming a community-based organizer? Bring others in and offer grace to those who are still learning. Will you be a programmer? Make sure your seemingly neutral algorithms aren't coding in racism and sexism. Will you be a teacher? An educator? Center your minoritized and marginalized students and honor their assets in your classroom. Are you starting your own business or hiring people for your workplace? Be sure to not reproduce historical patterns of bias and exclusion. Will you be a nurse? Yes, you will be here. Will you be a nurse or a doctor? Acknowledge and confront the racism and sexism in the health profession that leads to health disparities, terrible health disparities for communities of color. Will you be a parent? Teach your children the values of kindness, fairness, and empathy, and to value, not minimize, difference. You see, no matter your role, your job, where you sit, where you work, where you live, you can be the change agent the world needs in small and big ways. So that's my charge for you, University of Michigan-Flint graduates. Never let anyone tell you to stop imagining something bigger and better, more humane, more loving, and more just. Know that you are resilient and take those risks. Let your limitless compassion, bold imagination, and purposeful action in your sphere of influence and far beyond fuel your journey ahead as you emerge from this chapter of your life. And don't be afraid to let the child within guide you on your path of making the world a better place. I celebrate you and wish you well today and always. Go Blue.
Thank you very much again. Will the students wearing the gold honor cords please rise? There you go. It is customary in commencement ceremonies to give special recognition to those students who've achieved an overall grade point average that qualifies them to be recognized as graduating with university honors. Yeah. All right, this recognition reflects a superior level of ability, a high distinction of scholarship, and an exemplary record of accomplishment. Please join me once more in congratulating the honor students on their achievements. And now you can sit on down. I think we just had a proposal, all right. The Maize and Blue Distinguished Scholar Awards were established to recognize graduating seniors who combine exceptionally high academic achievements with stellar service to the university and to the community. They've been nominated by their academic department or program and selected by the Scholarships, Awards, and Special Events Committee. The Maize and Blue Award is the most prestigious award given by the university to our graduating seniors. Will the recipients of the Maize and Blue Awards please approach the platform as directed by the ushers? Come on up.
Andrea Dram. Khadija Mohammed. Anna Maria Genovese.
Congratulations again to our Maize and Blue awardees. Well done. Very well done. Now, each year a Maize and Blue award winner is chosen as our student speaker. And thus I am very pleased to introduce Andrea Dram. Andrea is an example of what we mean by leaders and best at the University of Michigan-Flint. Andrea was actively engaged as a student here at UM-Flint. She tutored her fellow nursing students. Off campus, she volunteered at a number of places, including the Teen Heart Check and the Crim Fitness Foundation. Andrea also worked with the Hurley Medical Center Emergency Department in Flint last summer and credits her education at UM-Flint for giving her the confidence to succeed in that very intense setting. Andrea is graduating today with a Bachelor of Science degree in nursing, which she plans to put into good use as an emergency room nurse. For her dedication to her studies, to her research, and to her community, she was selected as your student speaker today. So let's please welcome Andrea Dram to the podium.
Thank you. First of all, I want to say congratulations, graduates. It has been a long and difficult road, but we made it. I also want to thank all of our friends, family, and loved ones for joining us in celebration of our accomplishments and for your continued support. As you all know, the road to be here has been full of many successes, but only after some struggle and a handful of failures. And those failures are okay, because they taught us to persevere and to overcome any and all challenges we may encounter. In my time at the university, I have been challenged by instructors to step outside of my comfort zone, like standing up here today, unafraid to fail. Throughout my education, I have had professors and clinical instructors challenge me to think more critically, try things I have not done before in the clinical setting, and to always seek out new learning experiences. One of the biggest challenges for me and throughout my college education has been patient care simulations. In nursing school, we participate in simulations. Much like flight simulations performed by airline pilots, nursing simulations prepare us for unfamiliar and emergent clinical situations. Typically, we perform simulations with students of other disciplines, such as physical therapy, and we have to rely on one another, as well as our knowledge, in order to care for a critical patient. During simulations, I felt overwhelmed and anxious, and at times like a failure, as did many other students. Simulations pushed us outside of our comfort zone, and we hated feeling as though we had not measured up to expectations. I never really understood the rationale for throwing us into the deep end and allowing us to struggle. This was until I encountered a real-life situation that mirrored one of the simulations. Over the summer, I worked as a nurse extern in the emergency department at a local hospital. One patient I cared for in particular was a father who had been moving his daughter into college when he began experiencing excruciating chest pain and trouble breathing. He came into the emergency department knowing he was having a heart attack, terrified and writhing in pain. I knew from simulations that this patient needed an EKG, or an electrocardiogram, immediately so that we could visualize the electrical activity in the heart and develop a treatment plan. I placed the patient on oxygen and immediately took his pulse, blood pressure, and interpreted the EKG, all while comforting a patient who was terrified and in pain. I reviewed the EKG with the physician and started an IV to expedite treatment. Time was critical, and he was relying on me to get this right. After confirming the patient was having a heart attack, we were able to begin the treatment protocol right away. Afterwards, I remember thinking to myself, wow, I actually knew what I was doing this time, and started to feel more confident in my ability to care for and stabilize a critical patient. My confidence and knowledge has stemmed from the learning that was associated with an exposure to a difficult situation in an environment designed from learning. Motivational speaker Dennis Waitley accurately describes failure in a quote stating, "Failure should be our teacher, not our undertaker. Failure is delay, not defeat. It is a temporary detour, not a dead end." So whether you are the University of Virginia basketball team or Tiger Woods, overcoming adversity and past failures, we all must have the grit to overcome our failures in order to achieve success. So as you enter your new career with little experience, remember, it is okay to struggle or even to fail, but always learn from those failures so that the next time you encounter a comparable situation, you will be successful. Thank you to all the family, friends, loved ones, and mentors who supported and believed in us, even when we did not believe in ourselves. We could not be here today without you. Congratulations again, and I wish everyone the best of luck in all of their future endeavors. And as always, go blue.
Thank you again so much, Andrea. So on to what is really the heart of today's ceremony, the awarding of degrees. Now we shall give public recognition to the students of the University of Michigan-Flint who are graduating today. All graduates, as they leave the stage, will be presented with pins marking their entrance into the University of Michigan Alumni Association. These pins will be offered by representatives of the Alumni Association. Those candidates for all degrees will be presented by the deans of their respective schools. Dr. Stephen Turner will now begin the presentation of the graduates from our doctoral and master's degree programs.
Will the candidates for the doctoral and master's degrees please rise? Chancellor Borrego, on recommendation of the faculty of the School of Management, the College of Health Sciences, and the School of Nursing, I present these candidates to you and recommend them for the degree of Doctor of Anesthesia Practice, Doctor of Physical Therapy, Doctor of Nursing Practice, Master of Business Administration, Master of Science in Accounting, Master of Public Health, Master of Science, Master of Science in Nursing upon completion of their respective courses of study.
By the authority of the state of Michigan vested in the regents of the university, and by them delegated to me, the degrees for which you are candidates, together with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, will be conferred upon you as recommended by your faculty. In recognition of this accomplishment, you will receive your diploma cover and be arrayed with the appropriate hood.
Will the candidates now standing please come to the stage as directed by the ushers?
College of Health Sciences, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Jane S. Mead. Loretta A. Walker. School of Nursing, Doctor of Nursing Practice. Afusat Y. Ahmed. Dorothy C. Akelafu. Sua Ku. Georgie Alex. Caitlin N. Arnold. Julianne Bender. Rhonda J. Dickinson. Alisa Doring. Karen Douglas. Paula L. Ellsworth. Nicole K. Gill. Tiffany H. Harris. Valeria A. Hallman. Laura Susan Hudson. Jessica S. Herrick. Susan Littler. Catherine McGreal Miller. Stephanie L. Olson. Muna, you get it twice. Muna Farah Al-Kamari, star. Star Samantha Lograsso. Star Christina Neering. Jessica R. Thick. Sitzi Muhoma. Rochelle K. Raymond. School of Management, Master of Business Administration. Muhammad H. Layuet. Nicholas N. Chung. Christopher C. Deary. Ashley M. Durthick. Brandy Glide Gary. Brandy K. Gizinski. G like Gary. Joe M. Jaycott. Dexter M. Johnson. Kirsten E. Nag. Nicholas N. Looney. Derek Akuniki. Shannon L. Pilan. Shannon Rickert. Sayed Sajjad Shah. Eugene Sobieski. Jennifer Thuma. Ibrahima Traor. School of Management, Master of Science in Accounting. Jisoon K. Barton. Ruchi M. Chaudhry. Dylan R. Hickoff. Ryan G. Hickoff. MD Tariq Khan. Sean Kwan. Janae C. Price. John E. Schlack. Robert T. Venture. College of Health Sciences, Master of Public Health. Brenna Dressler. Zahira J. Farhan. Catherine A. King. Abrar R. Mursi. Laura A. Stouffer. College of Health Sciences, Master of Science in Anesthesia. Renzo C. Arnold. Audrey Adams. Justin D. Bailey. Jeremy M. Bliss. Connor M. Branshaw. Drew M. Cooper. Kevin J. Crawford. Nathan B. Hanovich. Sarah L. Hauser. Thomas Hesse. Candice L. Hograve. Stacy C. King. Andrew J. Lees. Greg McFeeter. Christine Pasco. Matt J. Palachik. Scott R. Sinclair. Daniel S. Tucker. Kayla N. Zachary. Master of Science in Health Education, Jessica Gutierrez. School of Nursing, Master of Science in Nursing, Florence Arabia Acevedo. Nicholas A. Beaver. Keith C. Bowman. Christina L. Brown. Sinclair Chapman. Woo, woo, woo. Jennifer Cooper. Kelsey D. Crandall. Taylor R. Heinke. Guy M. Henke. Alexander Perry. Stephanie Erland. Elizabeth A. Koala. Shannon M. Leno. Tanya M. Lott. Martha N. Macharia. Jacqueline E. Michniak. Myra C. Neiman. Ashley D. Plemons. Courtney M. Pratt. Brian A. Price. Julie Rose. Nicole R. Pearson. Carrie N. Sinnott. Lauren D. Staff. Carissa R. Rodabush. Amber M. Fritzler. Jenna M. Shoemaker. Rebecca E. Smith. Jennifer L. Tempest. Becky Escobar. Carly R. Knudsen. This concludes the awarding of diplomas for the doctoral and master's degrees. You may be seated.
Good afternoon. My name is Scott Johnson, and I'm the Dean of the School of Management. I now call upon the candidates from the School of Management to please rise. Chancellor Borrego, upon completion of their respective courses of study and on the recommendation of the faculty, I present these candidates for degrees in the School of Management.
By the authority of the state of Michigan, vested in the regents of the university and by them delegated to me, the degrees for which you are a candidate, together with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, will be conferred upon you as recommended by your faculty.
Will the candidates now standing please come to the stage as directed by the ushers for the presentation of diplomas?
These are a lot of names.
This graduate is from the College of Arts and Sciences. Fatima M. Alaski. Now do I need to say? School of Management. Christopher Jones. Khadija Muhammad. Josie Addison. Lukman Alafat. I messed that one up. Oh, you might want to whisper it to me. Faisal Agalahati. I messed that up. They needed to write him up. Nate Allen. Ahmed Al-Obeida. Turkey Alakili. Thank you. Want to say it? Mubarak Akwahanti. Caitlin R. Anderson. Haula Amukre. Joanne S. Armstrong. Kyle M. Arrowwood. Bethany P. Bacci. Jessica L. Bachmeyer. Rebecca L. Bade. Samantha J. Bader. Ramos Ball. Last name? Nick D. Bonet. Haley R. Bruins. Lauren C. Carr. Adam L. Bryant. Childers. Trent G. Childers. Jalen L. Clark. Gabrielle L. Crenshaw. Amy D. Flood. Kevin N. Fons. Lauren L. Fortin. Madigan K. Franco. Tyler T. Furs. Megan Golm. Heather N. Gregson. Keegan M. Goot. Samantha I. Honda. Carlton D. Harahuk. William G. Hembrook. Tiffany J. Herman. Allison M. Smith. Jaylene Parkey Hummel. Colleen Parkey Hummel. Tabitha J. Hill. Kylie A. Johnson. Hunter R. Jordan. Jacob Cafis. Samantha Kingsbury. Meg L. Kirsch. Connor S. Krish. Good to go? Hannah Cush. Casey J. Lester. Xiaolu Lee. Rick T. Lowe II. Mark R. Middleton. Peter W. Millar III. Shelby S. Miller. And Treese D. Mitchell Jr. Sonu A. Mori. Andrew Macko. Colin M. Morse. Dima K. Hassan. Ragad. Say the last one. Ragad Moyadin. Slow. Hold it. You get to stay on stage longer. Ryan Ormison. Caitlin Perpigno. Wrong. Shauna M. Phillips. Kaylee A. Reeves. Seth T. Ricketts. Caroline F. Rishmali. Andrea D. Rivera. Say the last one. Hoda A. Sabay. Riley M. Shank. Carly F. Slater. Dominique N. Slocum. Taylor A. Snell. Leon Sukumnuth. Zachariah M. Stimson. Benny Stribling II. Rebecca A. Watt. Precious A. Williamson Murray. Jeff P. Wilson Jr. Prashant Yadav. Maria C. Zaldivar. Preston R. Zaremba. Oh my God, those were tough. Tell me when I'm supposed to read this. Now? This concludes the awarding of the diplomas to the graduates of the School of Management. You may be seated.
Good afternoon. My name is Donna Fry, and I am the Dean of the College of Health Sciences. Will the candidates for degrees from the College of Health Sciences please rise? Chancellor Barrigo, upon completion of their respective courses of study and on the recommendation of the faculty, I present these candidates for degrees in the College of Health Sciences.
By the authority of the state of Michigan, vested in the regents of the university, and by them delegated to me, the degrees for which you are candidates, together with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, will be conferred upon you as recommended by your faculty.
Will the candidates from the College of Health Sciences now standing please come on stage as directed by the ushers for the presentation of diplomas?
Sandy, okay. Sandy E. Abaita. Esther Aquash. Caitlin Acton From. Halima A. Al-Bashrawi. Laura Allegre. Riyad S. Asulmi. Monica L. Amberg. Sierra S. Amani. Tamaria J. Baker. Jennifer R. Balish. Alan J. Bannister. Kaitana M. Beach. Zach T. Benton. John R. Clark III. Samantha K. Clore. Riwa D. Dabul. Kevin R. Davy. Violet Dedivadraj. Taylor D. Jerva. Matthew W. Edgar. Kala L. Fenton. Haley R. George. Rachelle M. Jalat. Natalie M. Golden. Okay. Now. Ranim A. Gomawi. AJ? Asher. Asher J. Grimal. Omar M. Hausawi. Austin J. Hendrickson. Spencer E. Ingles. Kaylee B. Jackson. Morgan D. Overton. Dejanay S. Jackson Finch. Shanika D. Jameson Skinner. Brandy L. Jarrett. Yasmin M. Johnson. Stephanie L. Kennedy. Kristen R. Ledford. Andrea E. Lowell. Jessica A. Medow. Cassidy M. Mazeski. Marissa L. Osborne. Olivia E. Ponsetto. Paul M. Reyes. Cassandra L. Robinson. Fred M. Robinson. Sawyer P. Scott. April E. Van Acton. Jillian D. Wamsley. Jordan D. Weld. Gavin N. Williams. Morgan E. Worthington. Asia N. Wright. And Chelsea L. Young. This concludes the awarding of diplomas to candidates from the College of Health Studies. You may be seated.
Good afternoon. My name is Connie Creech, and I'm the Director of Graduate Nursing. Will the candidates from the School of Nursing for degrees in the School of Nursing please rise? Chancellor Borrego, upon completion of their respective courses of study and recommendation of the faculty, I present these candidates for degrees in the School of Nursing.
Thank you. By the authority of the state of Michigan vested in the regents of the university, and by them delegated to me, the degrees for which you are candidates, together with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, will be conferred upon you as recommended by your faculty.
Will the candidates from the School of Nursing now standing please come on stage as directed by the ushers for the presentation of diplomas?
Yeah, we'll wait. Andrea J. Drum. Anna Maria L. Genovese. Hazar G. Abu Aita. Brian P. Bauer. Sarah I. Bishop. Drew J. Bolton. Camille Bryant. Susanna Calandrino. Emily M. Saseski. Lynn M. Chedrick. Chantel D. Clemens. Lindy Clinnon. Taylor Cochran. Caitlin M. Cox. Sarah Dabrowski. Kara Sierra R. Day. Char D. Dengler. Jason E. Dotson. Caitlin Duhanic. Let's wait. Audrey A. Echo. Laura J. Fox. Wait, huh? Lauren T. Fox. Benjamin Fitzler. Brandon Gaskins. Wait. Lisa M. Gilman. Melody C. Grooms. Katie M. Howitson. Matthew L. Hill. Hannah R. Holroyd. Brandy F. Holtz. Olga A. Ingram. Wait. Shane C. Jackson. Natalie M. Jarvis. Sarah E. Johnson. Casey M. Keast. Hunter W. Kennedy. Ashley L. Keever. Krista M. Kramer. Courtney L. Chris. Leslie Lamar. Molly A. Lapuante. Okay. Suganda Tijoriwala. Cameron E. Larson. Kelly C. Lasley. Kaylee Ann Lavrock. James Lee. Wait. Dontrell D. Martin. Sarah J. MacArthur. Angela R. Norris. Ian W. Pendel. Dominic M. Phelps. Arya Tilutki. Stephanie E. Piper. Kristen M. Rettig. Melissa M. Rich. Andrew D. Sanborn. Teresa A. Sivo. Samantha L. Shaw. Faith K. Shelton. Chelsea M. Smith. Corbin D. Stewart. Stephanie Smith. Samantha K. Smith. Gabriel Z. Shields. Jennifer Starnes. Allison Taikaki. Veteran Christopher Villa. Jessica A. Washburn. Katie Lynn Watson. Yvonne M. Williams-Banks. And Frankie K. Steele. This concludes the awarding of diplomas to candidates from the School of Nursing. You may be seated.
There's much effort and planning required for today's ceremony. I'd like to thank the many staff and volunteers who make this day possible for our graduate and their families. Will the faculty of U of M-Flint please rise one more time? I'd like to give you the opportunity to recognize them. The awarding of the degrees is now concluded. It is now time for turning of the tassel. Graduates, please rise. Graduates, you may shift your tassel from the right to the left side. You are now officially inducted as graduates into the Alumni Association of the University of Michigan. Go Blue.
Hail to the victors valiant, hail to the conquering heroes, hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and best. Hail to the victors valiant, hail to the conquering heroes, hail, hail to Michigan, the champions of the world. Go Blue, hey!
we go. The formal commencement exercises are now complete. The audience is requested to remain in their seats until the line of march has completely exited the main floor, at which time our commencement exercises are formally adjourned.